this series on how I write, design, and self-publish my books, well, in step number 10 of this process, it's time to prepare my twice edited files for the printer and find out a total page count so I can download a cover design template, which I'll show you how that's done in the next video. But for right now, let me show you how I prepare my book files for the printer. Now, inside the publisher program, Affinity Publisher, I'll take both the front pages and the body pages files, and I'll export them each individually into PDF files, which I'll then merge the two files into one main PDF file, and then bam, that file is ready to go to the printer. So first, we export the front pages, file, export, choose PDF file, 300 DPI, and make sure you choose all pages in Affinity Publisher and not all spreads. Now click Export. Choose the printer folder to export this PDF file into. And again, I have different folders for different stages of my book. The covers, the pages, and this one's for the printer. So in this folder, we will name this file 01, My Amazing Book Title, Front Pages. And of course it says edited, but I'm going to take that out. So 08, 10, 22. PDF. Good. This will take a few seconds because it's the front pages and there's only a few pages, not many. Done. Now let's export the body pages. Just the same. File, export, choose PDF format, 300 DPI, all pages, and click Export. Again, choose the printer folder to save this PDF document into. You can see that the name is 02, My Amazing Book Title. Body pages, edited 8/10/22. Let's go ahead and just get that edited out of there and go ahead and save the file. Now, depending on the total page count of your body pages, this might take 30 to 60 seconds, 1 or 2 minutes, only because there's a lot of pages. Maybe there's 100, 200, 300. One of my books was 555 pages. I eventually put that book on a diet, but now, while this is processing to PDF, I'm going to go open my preferred Adobe Acrobat Professional PDF editing program, or if you have Adobe DC, same thing. It's just the later version, more pro, Creative Cloud version, and you can use that one. But inside this program, we're going to open up the front pages, and then I'm going to save as and rename it, and it will become the interior pages file that contains both the front and the body pages. So now, Document, Insert, Pages, and when the exporting to PDF is done for the body pages, select the body pages in the PDF editing program to be inserted after the last page. In seconds, it's done. Now, what is the total page count for the interior pages file? 320 pages. Great. We have our total page count. And remember, your book must not have any odd numbers of pages for the total page count. It can't be 319 or 317 or 321. No, it's got to be even number only. That's because there will always be a blank page at the end of the file. Okay? Now that we have the interior pages file done and ready to submit to the printer, first let's look through it. Let's go page by page by page and look for any mistakes in layout, headers, footers, anything out of place, lines that don't look right, paragraphs that don't look aligned, bullets that are wrong. It doesn't matter. You are looking for mistakes. And I hope you find some, because you don't want the printer to have too many of those mistakes and print a book with too many mistakes. We know there will be some in there, but let's try to avoid obvious ones that we see with our own eyes. Now, if you find a mistake in your PDF document, go back to the original file inside the publisher program, find that page, and make the correction. For example, let's say that we just wanted to put an exclamation here on this title. It kind of looked good. It was a mistake. Well, I'm going to insert the exclamation point right here. And then I'm going to repeat the steps. File, export, PDF, 300. And instead of printing the whole document, all pages, I'm just going to choose this page number. Well, this one just happens to be page 1. So I'm going to hit 1, and then I'm going to export. And it'll literally take seconds to export this single page. So now what I got to do is give this corrected, exported page a page name. And I found it so easy just to give a name that reflects the page number that I'm fixing. So in this case, I'm just going to name this PDF 1 because that's the page that I fixed, 1. If I was working on page 23, I would just name this 23.pdf or 46.pdf if I was working on page 46 with a corrected mistake on that page. So again, just going to insert 1 and then hit save. Let's go back to the PDF program, find the page that we want to replace, which we're on, document, replace pages, choose 1 because that's the PDF document that we're replacing. Click 1. And I'm not replacing page 30. I'm replacing 31. And I'll tell you why. Page 30, if you look here, 30, this indicates the page on the left. This is the page on the left. So the page on the right is going to be obviously 31. So 30 on the left, 31 on the right. Why is that? Well, also, you should know, even pages are on the left and odd pages are on the right. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, so let's click OK. And within seconds, we will see our change. When you see your change, save your work. When you save your work, you're good to go. And continue your search for mistakes. When you see another mistake, just repeat those steps. Go back to the original document in the Publisher program, find the mistake on the page that you found it, make the correction, export that new corrected page out, and name it the page number that the mistake was on, and then come back to the PDF program, find that page, you're probably on it already, and then document, replace pages, and then go find the new page that you have the correction on, and just repeat these steps. And then be sure that you're choosing the right page to replace. If you make a mistake, there is no real undo with this type of procedures. So you're best just to start over and re-export the front and the body pages individually, and then group them together again as the interior pages. And then you'll have all those corrections that you made in the interior pages all fixed and done and ready to go. Finish your audit of your PDF file, and then you're ready for the printer. And that's it. That's how I go about finding mistakes in the interior pages, the file that contains the whole book. Before I go to the printer, I'll make my corrections, any fixes I need, and then bam, when this is all done, and I'm very confident that this is the final file that's going to go to the printer, I'll then take a look at the page count, 320, and I know now to go download a template from kdp.com that will help me design the front, spine, and back cover of my book cover. Cool. Well, hey, let's go do that right now, because you've learned a lot in this lesson about how to prepare your book files for the printer by printing PDF files of each, the front and the body, and then merging them into what I call an interior pages file that contains both the front and the body pages. Now, this single file is what's going to be uploaded to the printer after we design our cover. Come on, let me show you how that's done so we can go to the printer with both the interior pages file as a PDF document and the cover, which we will design inside a graphics design program, which first will become an image, but then we'll convert it to a PDF, and I'll show you how that's done. And then we got both files ready for the printer. Come on, let's go. Lots to do, but it's all exciting.